Hey guys, how's it going? It's Torment here. Welcome back to Chasing Rank 1 in Solo Standard episode 17. So in the previous episode, we've been on a really good streak, and I got to the number 5 spot, which is only 25 points away from number 1, which is my own account at the time I recorded this. And yeah, I estimated last episode that 2 wins would probably get me number 1, so if we go flawless this episode, we will get number 1. So that's pretty crazy, and we're just going to get right into the games and see how they go. Alright, so straight into the first game. This is actually a really good lobby. Probably not in my favor though, because there are 2 pro players on the team, Chrome and Squishy. So this should be a tough one. Everybody else in the game is also solid as well, so it should be a good game, but it's going to be tough, especially with 2 pro players on their team. We're just going to see how it goes. So Wonder gets the cross pass, and me and Locronate, we were both kind of in the same defensive positioning, but he was in front, and we both did that thing where we shifted over because we expected for some reason that he was going to hit into the corner, but he actually passed it across, so he got a really good play there, and we just both got outplayed, and Chrome shoots it to the bottom corner and gets it in. So bad start for us on defense. We didn't really position very well for that, and they made a good play as well. Alright, so I didn't see my teammate challenging there, so I kind of just went for it. I probably should have waited and been more patient. And right there, that was good to go for though, because it looked like he was gonna wait for a second and misplay it, but I'm able to actually challenge it. And eventually we actually get a goal off the pressure, so that was pretty good. I don't remember what exactly happened. I think they just kind of like left the ball. I think Squishy left, thought his teammate was going to follow up, which he had 2 teammates back, and neither of the teammates thought they had to go for it, so kind of a miscommunication from the other team. Mala does good to finish it there. That was a good flick from Wonder, but I'm able to get a challenge. Actually, a double touch. Could have been good. Oh, actually, I almost dunked him straight into the top corner. That would have been pretty. That would have been a pretty good goal, or kind of fortunate to get a dunk like that, but unfortunately, it just goes off the crossbar. It was close, though. So there, I probably want to send that more to the left, knowing that they have 2 people waiting back, just waiting for my clear, and I have a teammate moving up. If I put it down to the left, he would have been able to get a follow-up and done something probably way more efficient, I guess. We would have been able to keep better control of the ball and make a better play out of it in general. So right here, this is probably dangerous since he's up like that. My teammate does good and challenges early, and he's able to get the block out. And a good pop from him as well, but I didn't have any boosts. I didn't want to try to go for it because I knew one of them with boost would notice I didn't have boost, since I'm like just driving super slow to the ball, not using any. And I probably just got beat, so I just went back for my own boost. So right here, when this is out, Squishy waits a little too long. I don't think he knew I was going to go for a challenge there, and he was just waiting on the wall. And the bounce probably wasn't what he wanted. I think he wanted it to roll up the corner, but it kind of went out, and I was able to get it and kind of a lucky double touch. Not really like the most meaningful, not exactly what I meant to do, but I'll take it. So right there, our teammate's last back, a little dangerous, especially in solo standard. He does good to keep it out though, and he actually gets a follow-up, so that was good. And I kind of want to stay here and keep pressure and make Chrome have to make a good play to get it over me, which he doesn't really get it over me. I end up getting the block, and my teammate was able to follow up as well. So right there, I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to give Chrome like an easy pass to his teammate who I knew he was going to be looking for, and I was waiting there, just kind of like shadowing it, and I was able to get a block. We were able to continuously keep pressure. Actually, I don't really know what I was doing there. I think I just misread the ball or misread the other team's movements as well, and I just went right over it. So that was kind of bad from me. Could have definitely done better there to get a hit. So right here, I land, and I make sure it's close enough so I can get a follow-up, because having it sit there is going to be kind of a dangerous spot for the other team. Actually, I end up getting the follow-up there and bumping Chrome out because I didn't have any boost, so that was the best thing I could have done. And my teammate's actually able to follow up, and we still have pressure off of that, so that was pretty good. Right there, I could have done something way more dangerous with that. I literally just rolled it right at the other team. That was pretty bad, and kind of just gave away our pressure in general, which we're still keeping pressure though. And right there, tried to kind of readjust from missing the shot, and when Chrome hit it back to me, I thought I could have made a good play by passing it out to my teammate, but I actually read it off the bounce and get a power hit, and it just kind of goes it goes too far back in the first place, but it would have been way too fast for my teammate to handle anyways. He probably wouldn't have been able to get a good shot regardless, but yeah. So right there, I didn't have any vision of the people in front, and they eventually get a goal off that, and I'll explain why I could have done better to not let this goal happen. Basically, I didn't have any vision of people in front of me, but I should have looked. I should have used my right stick to look over, gave it a peek, because I would have known that nobody was coming for the ball, and I could have dribbled it. Or I could have, at least just got a first hit that's close enough for me to follow. But instead, I slam it out to Chrome, who is there just to, just slap it back in. They keep pressure and eventually they get a goal off of it. So that was my fault. There's a problem in my play there. So I want to go back here. I don't really know exactly where he's going to hit it. But fortunately, I actually started creeping up, which could have been bad. But I'm able to just sit there and keep the ball in with a dunk. But unfortunately, they end up getting a breakaway goal. I don't know exactly what happened here. I think so. Lokanate moved up for the ball for the shot, but he didn't notice he was going to get beat. Malchus, I think he was going for the boost, and he didn't notice that the Lokanate was going to get beat. So kind of just a little too much trust in a situation where the team just made a good play, and we weren't ready to stop it because kind of trusted our teammates too much, I guess. Or they trusted each other too much. Something like that. That's just my guess, but either way, they both get beat to the ball, and we end up getting scored on across the map. So I try to put a hard one in there to score on like the kind of opening in their defense they left, but I wasn't hard enough to get by them. They were able to recover quicker than we could have got the goal. A good challenge for my teammate, almost able to actually get that at least straight down and in or just straight in, but he ends up getting beat. Squishy's really good at like taking the ball like that's on the goal line and like dribbling it to keep control of it and like winning 50-50s and keeping his dribbles like that. So he's really hard to beat on that kind of stuff. So kind of like right there when that happened, I didn't really expect my teammates to get it through. They almost did though. They got a decent challenge. So right here, I just want to challenge. You got to be really aggressive. We are down 8 seconds. We're trying to get that #1 spot. That one's not fast enough to go in though. If Squishy wasn't there, who knows what would have happened. But anyways, that one's going to drop. It drops in the corner, just barely touches the ground, but that's enough for it to go down. And we take our first loss in a while. I'm not too upset about this, even though we were so close to #1, because I did get a bunch of wins in a row, and I was making really good progress. That would have been a crazy game, though. We actually might have gotten #1 off that with another Grand Champ, 2 Champ 3s on the other team, and yeah, unfortunately, we moved down, and we ended up moving down to 1401 MMR, which is the #9 spot on the leaderboard. Not the worst spot to be, 15 points, it's not bad. It was a tough team to play against, and you just got to take that loss and move on. We can still definitely make it 40 points lower. And within the next couple episodes, we can still make our way back up there. So not too upset about that. And we're just going to get right into game 2. All right, so into game 2, we're against Squishy again. We actually have a ESL Monthly Elite. I'm pretty sure his actual name is Nexate. So he's pretty good. I think Mal, who's on my team, is on the other team. And then the other 2 people I don't recognize. So we'll just see how this goes. Should be a good lobby as well. And right there, I probably shouldn't have went. I kind of waited there for the pass, and when it wasn't really possible for me to get a hit, I tried anyways. I do that a lot actually, and it takes me out of the play. I probably shouldn't do that. I should know like when to give up when it's impossible to actually hit the ball. So I'm waiting for my teammates' challenge there. That was alright. It was good enough for me to end up getting a follow-up, but I ended up losing the 50-50 again, so we're back in the same spot we were in. So right now we're getting extremely out pressured, and we actually end up getting scored on. So we were not doing good at challenging the ball consistently. As you saw in that right before when the replay started, we were all just pretty much even with our goal line in different spots, like on the wall or in the goal, which isn't good. We want somebody challenging the ball, and that was kind of our problem there. Good beat out from my teammate, and good attempt on the follow-up. The way he went at it, he got fake challenged, and the last guy back just went back in the net, so he was able to get an easy save. So kind of just a fake challenge, kind of like a 1v1 thing to just make it look like you're going, and then our teammate wasn't able to get a good shot because he thought it was going to be the 50. So we're continuing to keep the pressure in. We had a decent amount of pressure there, but it didn't last for very long. They were able to get the ball out, and I got kind of lucky. I took a bad path to start that one. And the way I went, I would have definitely gotten beat. But, I mean, so I would have definitely went in, but it would hit the crossbar, so we're good. Good touch from my teammate. He was able to stop a goal there, I'm pretty sure, because I think the other team would have had a shot on the net, and he was able to stop it. So that was good. Yeah, not much happening in this game besides the 1 goal. Just been, like, consistent pressure, and mostly for the other team. So it's just been us rotating in and out. Except for the one time they scored, we've been able to hold it off. That was a good pass. That was a good save. That was an even better save from Squishy though. On my shot, he just read me like a book almost. That was the best place I could have put the ball to get a good shot, And actually, they end up messing up, and we get a follow-up anyways. So we're getting more opportunities now, and that's good. We finally get a goal from our opportunities. But yeah, that save from Squishy was good. The best spot I could have shot it in was right where I shot it, but he was pre-jumping, and he got the pre-jumping off the wall. He got the save, so that was good from him. But no luck for them anyways, because we were able to score on the next attempt. Alright, so that 50-50 went too far back, and I knew my teammate would have been rotating in, so I decided to go out to allow him to move up. And Squishy's taking that slow, so I decided to go for a challenge. But it doesn't really get me anywhere because it goes right at the other team. Waiting to see what my teammate does here. That's a lot of what I've been doing this game, just waiting to see how 50-50s and us hitting it right at each other on both sides of the field. And that's basically been it so far. So right there, I almost committed to the corner, but then I realized that he was gonna hit it off the backboard, so I go for that and double save, or kind of like a pinch save for my teammates. Could have been bad. I thought we were gonna get scored on for a second, and we do. That's unfortunate. I don't remember exactly what happened here. So Squishy beats me on that, and then he bumps me. So the bump was big too, because I would have been back into net. The last back on our team was on the wall, and that would have been my rotation back in. Or back around to be there to make the save. But since I got bumped on the 50-50 when Squishy beat me, he bumped me. And that was just a good play from him to basically destroy like all of our opportunities, like our defensive pressure. So I try to do that light touch to kind of get a double tap. Or not a double tap, but a double touch, like follow up my own hit and maybe get a shot. But the way I did it, it went too far. So on those, you got to have really good control, and you got to keep it close to you, and you got to put it probably higher than I did so I can get under it again and get more power. So I just kind of executed that wrong. We could have had a decent opportunity if I did that right, but oh well. Just rotating back out. Actually, I decided to turn back midfield because I saw Slat. He was going back, and I would have needed to go up, and I knew that if there was a boost over there, I would have had been able to rotate in well, which ended up working for the most part, and he ended up passing over to me afterwards, so not bad. I got a 50-50, but he's going to get the clear down. Gonna have to get back quick. That was good from next state to be there, because they would have had a goal off that passing play if he wasn't there, because our teammate got kind of outplayed and mispositioned. So trying to get back here again, expecting my teammate to possibly lose that, which he did. It did seem like it. Slat, decent hit from him. Almost had the shot, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to follow up his pass, and almost got the shot there from that corner. That would have been a good goal to tie it up, but they end up keeping it just barely out. I think both of my teammates jumped on the goal line too, so I had to rush to get back, just in case. I never want to leave the net wide open for very obvious reasons. And trying to react there on that hit, I ended up just getting destroyed. I probably should have just waited, because it probably confused my teammates. When you jump at the ball and you miss, it can be pretty confusing. And not looking bright for this game. We have 5 seconds left. Actually, less than 5 seconds. I just put one desperate pass out to my teammates, which they both end up whiffing, trying to block each other, and the teammate, Slat, tries to go under the ball to catch it, but he missed it. So ball touches the ground, and that's kind of just a rip in general for all the progress I made in the last episode. I ended up losing it all, but like I've always said, in Solo Standard, it's probably the most inconsistent game mode, because, well, in ones, you can only blame yourself, and in 2s and 3s, you can always play with somebody you know, but in Solo Standard, it's always random people. You never know who you're going to get. I don't think my teammates played too horribly. It's just sometimes like the way the teams work out. And we end up moving down to the number 14 spot. So we went down from number 5 to 14, which ends up putting us at 1387. Lost 14 points from the last game, which was put us at 1401. So we don't do too good. It was around a 30-point loss this whole episode, but we're definitely able to achieve the spot we were at before. In the next episode, 2 wins would definitely get us back to like top 5, unless the leaderboard in general moves up a little bit. It might be a little harder. Like, the more this series goes on, the harder it's going to be to stay in, because the leaderboard's going to keep going up. But anyways, that's it for this episode, guys. Unfortunate that we got those 2 losses, but we'll definitely get them back in the next episode. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.